What happens when you're a big pharmaceutical company with deep pockets and lots of lawyers? You get the FDA to fold and say that Tirzepatide is not in shortage. But don't panic. Here's the exact update from Dave Knapp at On the Pen, and I'm going to give you my opinion afterwards.
Breaking and stunning news, the FDA has officially ended the shortages for Tirzepatide. Let's get into what the implications are and where do we go from here. Today, the FDA has issued a new decision determining the Tirzepatide injection shortage is resolved. The agency has set grace periods until February 18th, 2025 for state licensed pharmacies and until March 19th, 2025 for outsourcing facilities, that's 503Bs, to continue compounding the drug.
So we all know that the shortage is not over. The next steps that are likely going to happen is that this is the puffery that happens before the lawsuit. So this is the FDA essentially saying, come at me, bro. And we are now going to see if these compound pharmacies, right, these lawyers, are going to put their money where their mouth is. And I anticipate that the lawsuits are going to start. And my hope and my prediction is that this is going to be a battle royale, and it's going to take them some time to work through everything, right? The FDA is going to likely be asked to provide proof on, what they were thinking, because like I said, we all know that it's in shortage. And also these compounding pharmacies are going to be fighting for the, off-label dosing that they are now prescribing. Now, if you're not familiar with this, I'm going to post a picture up here. This is specifically from Mochi Health, but all of the compounding pharmacies are doing this currently. And if you're not sure if yours is doing it or not, you may want to check the label on your vial or talk to them, because they may be rolling it out shortly. Essentially, what's happening here is that compounding pharmacies are going to go the route of, hey, we are providing a service to patients that doctors are not able to provide because we are providing custom dosing. The reason why this is such a powerful argument is because there are so many people who struggle with side effects, who struggle with the dosing schedule, and so many doctors that are just hell-bent on following the dosing schedules laid out by the pharmaceutical company, even though more and more data is coming out showing that microdosing is actually more beneficial than these larger doses. And we're going to get into that later. So suffice to say that compound pharmacies are not down for the count. However, this is going to be a battle royale. And I don't have a prediction on who's going to win out in the end. The fact that the FDA sent out a bunch of notices to pharmacies before this decision was released tells me that they mean business. So I anticipate that even if there is a lawsuit, even if there is a battle royale, that there is going to be that level of fear in regards to fines, right, being shut down, right? Nobody wants their business to be shut down. So it's all going to depend on how badly these pharmacies and the, overall group of them, right, compounding pharmacies in general, it's really going to depend on if they're willing to put their money where their mouth is, money where their mouth is. If I could get it out of my mouth, it'd be great. So yeah, I hope that they do. I think that they certainly will have legal grounds to fight this. But it is really, really hard to fight a system that is rigged against you. And if you are not someone who is familiar with pharmaceutical companies and lobbyists and all of that, I recommend that just for funsies, you go watch House of Cards on Netflix. It's one of my favorite shows. And it really gives you insight to the corruption and the redonkulousness that happens behind the scenes. And it's no different in any branch of government, in any branch or regulatory branch like the FDA. It's just whoever has the most money, and they are the ones that can pull the strings. So what do I recommend for you? I recommend that over the next week or two that you contact your pharmacy or your telehealth company, get in touch with them and find out exactly what they are going to be offering when it comes to extended best used by dates and potentially some kind of delayed payment, whether that's through, PayPal, Klarna, Affirm, whatever the case may be, where you can essentially buy a year's supply and then make payments. I think that we're going to see in the next few weeks a lot of these telehealth companies offering that as an option, as sort of a fail-safe backup plan in case the lawsuits go sideways. The fact that this decision has already gone sideways, not good. Not good. I thought for sure they were just going to kick the can down the road again and address this in 2025. The fact that they haven't, and we all know that Tirzepatide is still in shortage, not good. I don't know who's got whose hand in whose pocket, but it's outside of the realm of reality and the realm of reason. And so at this point, we need to anticipate that come, the end of March 2025, that they're serious about shutting it down. So be on the lookout. Don't panic, but be on the lookout for the various promos, right? Specials that these pharmacies are going to be running. Do not just jump on the first one that you see. I did see someone on TikTok who was anticipating that this was going to happen. And so she, and I'm not recommending this, but I am throwing it out as a potential option. She found multiple pharmacies that would only do a 3-month supply. And so what she did was she just telehealth company hopped. She hopped from one company to the next, to the next, to the next, got a 3-month supply, right? And she essentially told them these are the best use by dates that these have to have. So she was able to get a year's supply, well, technically 9 months, right? 3 month, 3 month, 3 month, and be able to utilize those best used by dates. The other thing you want to keep in mind with best used by dates is that they are really kind of contingent on when the vial is punctured. So you can essentially have something that lasts a little bit longer if bacteria is not introduced. And if that's something that you have questions about, you should definitely talk to your doctor. Okay, so not the results we were hoping for. I was really hoping that the FDA was not going to continue to be absolute garbage, which is what it is. But when you have a regulatory agency that doesn't have any power, right? Everybody else has the power, then you end up with crap like this. Because they are not an entity of power and regulation. They are enforcing the regulations. And we'll talk more about that in another video. So be on the lookout. Be watching for telehealth companies to be running sales, to be, right, doing all the things right now. Don't just jump on the first one that you see. Let's be patient. We've got a little bit of leeway here. Let's see what these telehealth companies and pharmacies are going to be offering. And then you need to be making a plan so that you can potentially stockpile, because this has now taken a negative turn and I want all of my compound people to be prepared so that it doesn't catch you off guard. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.